What is going on YouTube? Sync D's here, bringing you a real different type of video. I've been playing NBA 2K20 a lot lately, and some of the things that have been ticking me off about the game is gameplay, a lot of changes dealing with jump shots and things like that, but specifically moving shots. Now, in the beginning of the game, a lot of shooters, I'll say, or guys who had a high mid-range or a three ball were taking a lot of fading shots, and there's no problem with that. The problem was with trying to defend it around screens and things like that, or they just immediately pull up and it automatically goes in. My problem is being a true playmaker with a high mid-range. I can't consistently hit a dribble pull-up off the screen. Now, a dribble pull up is a totally different shot than a fade, a spin jumper, or a hop jumper. And I'll get into the different types of shots a little bit later, but to me, the dribble pull up is more of the standard if we're looking at the NBA. As a point guard, if you can't hit a dribble pull up, is your build good for? You know what I'm saying? And I try not to take, a lot of ineff- inefficient shots, but the dribble pull up wide open in the mid range, especially if you're playing rec or you have a big that's sitting in the paint, it's super efficient than taking a leaning, fading 3 point shot 35 feet away from the basket. Now, it's all cool and all if you have that archetype to do that, but to do it consistently, that's why I feel like was the problem. And 2K thought it would be cool. Well, since moving shots are all put together, basically dribble pull-ups, fades, spin jumpers, and hop jumpers are all moving shots. Let's just put them together into one category and nerf it all so that nobody can shoot those shots efficiently. It doesn't make sense in my opinion because all of those shots have a different purpose. It just it made the game weird. Everyone has to set their feet, which I have no problem with. If you're setting your feet, you know, or you're shooting a set shot, you're probably gonna have a high advantage in making that shot. But for certain players that have to create a shot, or you have to um, play like high IQ basketball, it just didn't make sense to my in my opinion, because the way the spacing and on the floor is and things like that, or if you have your defender leave his feet and you just want to hit a dribble pull up, it's tied into moving shots, and I can't make that shot. The next thing I want to get into is the servers, right? Every day, Mike Wang even, talked about this, is that every day the game changes based off latency, the changes he makes to the game, things like that, hot fixes. But the one event that was the smoothest event out of every game that I played this so far playing 2K has been the Beats event. The Beats event was by far the smoothest server I ever played on. I don't know if they had it planned in advance that this server would be the best server of the month or things like that, but it was better than Treasure Hunters. It was better than regular part. It was better than 3v3 Pro Am. It was by far better than the Rec. I was hitting shots consistently. I was greening. If I missed a shot, it was on me. Like I couldn't blame anybody else but myself. It was just crazy how smooth the game was. I could steal the ball effectively. My teammates were loving how they could actually dribble and be reactive with the ball. It felt like the controller and the ball were one. There was no latency involved. You could actually defend better, things like that. And we're trying to figure out, well, if Beats event was so smooth and whatnot. Why can't the park be that way? Why can't all these events be that way? Is 2K shortening out on us? Because if Beast was that smooth and a lot of people didn't show up, then what other event coming up is going to be that smooth? You dig what I'm saying? Like, I have no hope with the game sometimes. It's a fun game to play to get me off of other games. And then you play it enough and you figure out the intricacies of the game, how to master a certain move, or how to take a certain shot, or how to get your player down pat. Things change, and then you play on a server where you feel superior to your opponents, and then the next day you go into a different arena and you're back to square one. You can't steal the ball, you can't shoot effectively, your build is useless. That shouldn't be the case. I shouldn't have to make 20 builds on NBA 2K just to have fun. If I want to make another build to rank up, this, that, and the third, I should be able to do so without a server or latency playing a part in that. Excuse me. Last thing I want to talk about is the system to 99, right? Let's say I don't have friends online. I'm tired of playing my career. And I said, man, I just want to go to the park, get some games in. I'm playing with Randy's. They don't know me from Wonder Bread. I don't know them from a packet of rice, right? And that decision of playing with Randy's, I basically have to go off, or we have to win, just so my ranking possibly stay the same. Not even go up, not go down, just stay the same. I have to win. If I have, like, it makes no sense to me that if I have no friends, I have to, if I'm a 97 overall or a 95 or above, you basically have to play with teammates in order to have fun on the game, in order to rank up. Because if you play with other people, you basically lose you're going to lose rank, because you don't know how they're going to play, you don't know how they're going to react, you don't know. It makes no sense. Or I go off. Let's say I go off. We're in a wreck. I dropped 30, 10, and had 5 steals or something like that. Something crazy, right? But we lose by 2 points. It's already defaulted to a 95 overall grade with the laws. That's blasphemy. That makes no sense. I dropped 30 and 10 with 5 steals, but my performance is automatically defaulted to a 95. 2K, you have to fix that. That makes no sense to me. You doing everything in your power to be, an asset to your team. It's not my fault that we couldn't get the W. It was a good game. It's automatically defaulted to a 95. So now I either have to go into my career to get my overall back to a 99 and things like that. It just is too much. The system just doesn't make sense. I understand that everyone wants to play with each other, but what if these people aren't online? I have to wait? That's my little rant on 2K, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like down on the video, comment down in the comment section, subscribe, and as always, man, remember to be great.